Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? Please have your tickets in hand before you board the plane. Thank you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Johan Castell and you're watching Wings. On the show today, tulips in full bloom from Kashmir's tulip garden to Europe and Canada. We visit an event where Iceland is showcased. We also cover the cherry blossom season worldwide. And traditional cultural events with wild horses in Spain. Let's start. Tulips, renowned for their vibrant beauty, are celebrated in various regions worldwide. The tulip gardens in Kashmir in India, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and Ottawa in Canada offer a unique perspective on this stunning flowers' blooming season. Take a look.
Nestled in the stunning landscape of Srinagar, the Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden is an unparalleled floral spectacle. Located at the foothills of the Zabarwan Hills, with the shimmering Dal Lake in the distance, this garden transforms the region into a vibrant sea of colors each spring. The garden is open to the public annually from late March to mid-April, making it a must-see for tourists seeking the splendor of tulip blooms. The Tulip Festival in Kashmir celebrates the onset of spring and the spectacular diversity of flowers that bloom in the region. The Indira Gandhi Memorial Tulip Garden is Asia's largest tulip garden. It was officially inaugurated in 2008 by the then Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir to boost the region's floriculture industry and promote tourism. Over the years, it has grown into a major attraction for visitors from across India and around the world. Every year, millions of tulips bloom in a dazzling array of colors: reds, yellows, pinks and purples, creating a beautiful multicolored carpet of flowers. In 2023, this garden entered the London Book of Records as Asia's largest tulip garden, recognizing its immense scale and quality of the flowers it grows. As the tulip garden opens its doors to the public, it features over 1.7 million tulip bulbs, carefully planted by the floriculture department to ensure its vibrant display.
We are going to display of almost 74 tulip varieties only. Apart from this, we have a very good collection of daffodils, hyacinths and muscaries that will give a vibrant look and a rainbow of colors, as Tulip Garden has a history in the earlier times.
Now let's head to the magic of tulips in other parts of the world. In mid-March, Amsterdam transforms into a vibrant patchwork of tulips, highlighting the spring season's arrival. Originating from Persia, tulips were introduced to Europe in the 17th century and soon became a symbol of the Netherlands. National Tulip Day in January marks the official start of the season, with hundreds of people gathering to celebrate the arrival of tulips. Although tulips have roots in the Ottoman Empire, they are now an iconic symbol of Dutch culture, enchanting both locals and visitors each spring. Lisse, a picturesque town in the Netherlands, is home to the world's largest tulip garden, Keukenhof. Every year, millions of visitors flock to the garden to witness over 7 million blooming tulips. The town's tulip fields are equally impressive, making it one of Europe's most popular spring destinations. Keukenhof's impressive array of tulips is a must-see for any flower lover.
See the season changing. Now you have a lot of processes and daffodils, and later you get a lot of tulips.
We were excited to come here and visit the Keukenhof. We've seen it over TikTok, Instagram,
Ottawa's Canadian Tulip Festival, celebrated in May, is one of the world's largest tulip events. The festival began in 1953 as a thank you gesture from the Netherlands commemorating Canada's role during World War II. Over 300,000 tulips bloom across the city, creating a stunning tribute to the historic bond between Canada and the Netherlands.
Next, we explore what Iceland has to offer. The nation is looking to expand the number of visitors from India. It recently held an event to showcase its offerings and give us a taste of its iconic cuisine.
This is Iceland, located in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and substantially closer to Greenland than continental Europe. Although less than 400,000 people call Iceland home, the country attracts more than 2 million tourists annually. Iceland is often called the land of fire and ice, and when you see its dramatic landscapes of glaciers, volcanoes, black sand beaches, and northern lights, it's easy to see why. When it comes to Iceland as a tourism destination for Indian travelers, getting there requires at least one stopover, but the trip is well worth going the distance. The island nation offers a tourism experience unlike any other, and the quality of Nordic food is in a class of its own, with high-quality produce and ingredients. An event was organized in New Delhi to promote the country as a tourism destination for Indian travelers, featuring video presentations, speeches, and a big buffet of Icelandic specialities.
So I'm here with the ambassador to India from Iceland, Mr. Benedict. What are you hoping to achieve with this event?
To introduce to the Indian population Iceland as a travel destination and the peculiarities of what we have to offer. We have different things. We are an interesting, actually, destination for adventures, honeymooners, different people, but also as a culinary, food. The food in Iceland is interesting.
We tried some of the food here. It was absolutely phenomenal. Like the quality of the ingredients are amazing.
It is. And with Iceland being part of EFTA, having signed a new free trade agreement with India, we foresee actually bringing in quality seafood, especially the salmon.
Oh yeah, the salmon. I heard raving reviews about that salmon.
We're offering it also in a Japanese sashimi style, raw. And
it said salmon sashimi on it.
It's exactly. So it's very exciting. So we can bring new things also to the market, right?
And Indians love food. So
they love food. They love food. And they love good food. They love good food. And we thoroughly believe that we can actually be a part of that.
So are you taking responsibility to bring more Icelandic resources here?
As an ambassador to India, that is one of my key responsibilities, and I take it seriously. But it is a people-to-people business, and it goes very well with this ambassador.
When it comes to ease of access, how is the visa situation? Are Indians required to get a visa to visit?
Yes, they do. We are a part of the Schengen agreement, so people going to Iceland, they need a Schengen visa, and we in the embassy here are able to support that. We have invested quite a bit in our visa section here, and now we have raised also the ceiling, the number of visa applications that we can process. So that's really strong. But in addition, we now have a backup office in Reykjavik that actually supports us if we get overcrowded with numbers. So we've never been in the same position to actually push through applications on the visa. So we're very optimistic with it.
The Indian market is one of the fastest growing markets that we have that is sort of approachable. Iceland is basing its tourism strategy on all year round tourism, and Indians like to go in the wintertime. So it is a win-win for both of us to attract them to come to Iceland over the wintertime and explore all of Iceland.
The large buffet here is full of classic Icelandic dishes. Many dishes are made with various types of fish. The chef is brought from Iceland, and also the lamb, a local favorite.
Our most favorite is the fish, because we have our fish industry is the main industry in Iceland. So you fish in the North Atlantic. It is it's a very, very high quality. More or less the fish there, he grows slowly, and the meat, fish meat, is fat, you know. It's different from the fish always lives in the hot sea. Cod fish, we are really proud of him, and we sell cod all over the world, but also Arctic char. We make Arctic char now as a farmer's fish. We have it also wild in our area. We today have a very good quality of vegetables also.
Iceland is a country that has always fascinated me. It is a country that offers something unique, especially for those who love to explore and spend time in the great outdoors. Perhaps a road trip around the island will be part of my bucket list.
Cherry blossom season has arrived, captivating people around the globe with its breathtaking beauty and cultural significance. From the vibrant streets of Tokyo to the iconic cherry trees in Washington, D.C., this seasonal spectacle draws millions of visitors annually.
Early this week, Tokyo witnessed the first bloom of its iconic cherry blossoms, signaling the start of the annual cherry blossom season. The Japan Meteorological Agency announced after inspecting a Somei Yoshino cherry tree at the Yasukuni Shrine. Since the tree had more than 5 flowers, it officially met the minimum requirement for the announcement. This year's bloom timing aligns with the typical average and is 5 days earlier than the previous year, according to the JMA. The blossoms, known as sakura, are Japan's favorite flower, with their peak bloom typically occurring between late March and early April.
I was happy to see the trees. It's beautiful, really beautiful. I love Tokyo.
But the flowers are not quite there yet. Like, there's only a few trees that has a few flowers, but
it's not full blossom.
No, but it's supposed to be on the 29th?
29th of March.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's just starting.
Yes.
It's not there yet.
The timing of this year's bloom comes just after the first cherry blossom was confirmed in Kochi, a city in southwestern Japan, and is accompanied by mild spring temperatures around 19 degrees Celsius or 66 degrees Fahrenheit. The JMA monitors over 50 cherry trees across Japan to track the bloom, which typically lasts about 2 weeks. In central China's Hubei province, Wuhan is a prime destination for cherry blossom enthusiasts. With over 500,000 cherry trees in the city, visitors flock to Wuhan each spring to witness the delicate pink blooms. The cherry blossoms have reached their peak at Wuhan University, drawing large crowds. The city has also launched special bus routes for tourists to explore cherry blossoms and local delicacies. During the cherry blossom season, buses, subways, and taxis are decorated in soft pink hues to welcome the influx of tourists. Wuhan University, a prestigious institution with a scenic campus overlooking East Lake, is home to around 1,000 cherry trees, making it one of the country's top spots for viewing the blossoms. Each year, Washington, D.C. attracts over 1 million visitors to witness its world-famous cherry blossoms. The event has become an integral part of D.C.'s spring culture with both residents and tourists enjoying activities like the Cherry Blossom Festival, the Pink Tie Party, and the Blossom Kite Festival. The cherry trees were a gift from Japan to the United States in 1912. First Lady Helen Herron Taft and Viscountess Chinda, the wife of Japan's ambassador to the U.S., planted 2 of the original trees, which marked the beginning of the festival. The first official Cherry Blossom Festival was held 23 years later, in 1934. Today, over 3,700 cherry trees bloom at the 146-acre park, many of which are descendants of the original trees, with a typical lifespan of 30 to 40 years.
Let's move to Spain now, that has a unique cultural tradition involving wild horses. The local villagers capture the animals, microchip, vaccinate and trim their manes before letting the historically significant horses go.
In Amil, Spain, a centuries-old tradition unfolds as locals guide wild horses down from the mountains into a fold for the annual Rapa das Bestas, or shaving of the wild horses.
Las principales motivaciones o incentivos.
The main motivation to keep having wild horses in the woods is emotional. Everybody tells you that they want to keep the tradition alive, to keep doing what their ancestors did in the past.
Continuar la tradición, continuar lo que siempre han hecho mis antepasados.
This Galician ritual is deeply rooted in local heritage. Here, skilled wrestlers, or aloitadores, run the horses down from the hills and lead them into a fold. They then trim the horses' manes, tag and vaccinate them to maintain their health.
We select the horses that are in the fold, and they are treated against worms. They are tagged. They have their hair trimmed. We completely treat them against parasites.
Interna y externa.
Despite their historical significance, tracing back to the Pleistocene era, these horses are often misclassified as cattle, making their preservation more challenging.
Las bestas son desbrozadoras 24 horas porque están.
A besta, wild horse, is such a valuable animal in terms of its genetics and its history that should be protected, but it is not. In fact, it is considered as cattle. They are not cattle. They are wild local animals that have been wandering this land from the Pleistocene.
Que se produjeron últimamente en Galicia se centran en sitios donde no existen bestas.
Caring for them is costly, with rising expenses for vet care, insurance, fencing and tracking equipment. Beyond tradition, these wild horses play a crucial role in wildfire prevention.
We saw the town surrounded by fire, but thanks to the indigenous trees, the clearing we do and the clearing that our animals do, the town was saved.
They naturally reduce fire risks by grazing on undergrowth. In September, their presence helped save San Colmed from a blaze, acting as nature's fire break.
Somerset House, one of London's most iconic landmarks, is celebrating a remarkable milestone, its 250th anniversary since it opened its doors to the public. The building has evolved from a royal palace into a dynamic cultural hub, welcoming millions of visitors annually.
London's renowned Somerset House marks 25 years since it first opened to the public. Situated by the River Thames, the building was originally constructed during the Georgian era on the grounds of Edward Seymour's Tudor Palace. the first Duke of Somerset. Following Seymour's execution in 1552, ownership of the palace passed to the crown. Today, Somerset House serves as a vibrant centre for culture, creativity and innovation.
Standing here in the courtyard at Somerset House, and this year we're celebrating our 25th birthday. Today we're home of cultural innovators with what we think is the UK's largest concentration of artists, makers, creatives and creative technologists, and we've got over 3 million visitors coming to visit us and to our cultural programme each year.
In recent decades, Somerset House has undergone significant transformation. Before becoming a public space, it functioned as a government building. However, in 1997, the Somerset House Trust was established to revitalise the site for public use. In 2016, Somerset House Studios was launched, offering space for up to 70 artists in residence. Among them is artist Alexandra Daisy, who has been working in a bid to create the world's largest climate-positive artwork, Pollinator Pathmaker, since 2020.
I don't think I could be doing what I am doing now and have managed to achieve the things I have in the last years without the studio space here at Somerset House.
The Inland Revenue Department, which had offices at Somerset House, vacated the premises in 2011, marking the end of an era.
And we rather enjoy the irony that those former Inland Revenue offices are now the home of artists, and that's where Somerset House Studios is based.
One of the latest exhibitions, Blooming on Paper, is showcased at Somerset House in London's Westminster district. This exhibition marks the UK debut of renowned Chinese paper cutting artist Ku Shulan, highlighting the rich tradition of paper cutting from Sunhe County in Shaanxi Province in China.
That's all we have for you on the show in this week's episode of Wings, but we'll return again next weekend with more travel content for you. Until then, it's me, Johan Castell, signing off.